Fear is one of the things that stop us all at some point. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It sneaks into every area of our lives, our careers, relationships, business, and even personal goals. But what if I told you that fear is not the enemy? It's the sign that you're on the brink of growth. You are doing something new that is going to bring a change. Today, we are diving into the common fears that hold us back, and most importantly, towards the end, I will share with you some practical steps you can use to overcome your own fear. By the way, I'm Steven. I've been an entrepreneur for more than a decade now. I have owned businesses and work in different client-facing roles, and I will have to say that I've had a fair share of dealing with people. So, let's start with today's business. What's the common fears we all face? I call them the what-ifs. Let's start with the fear of failure, because we are in an ever-changing world. We are all riddled by the fear of failing when we need to make a change or when things begins to change around us. It might be a change of career, finding a new job for an upgrade, asking for a raise from your boss, writing the board exam, or even anything that you know that has either a negative or positive outcome. We always get lost in the what-ifs world. What if the new job doesn't work out? What if the boss decides to let me go because I asked for a raise? Or what if you are not good enough? And a lot more what ifs. Then there's the fear of rejection. This is often a big one in relationships. You hesitate to express your feelings or say hi to a stranger or set boundaries or even start a new relationship. What if they don't feel the same way, or what if they leave me? These days, it's often cooler to mind your own business scrolling aimlessly on your devices in a public place than to strike a conversation with a stranger who might be a potential business link or even a job network. What are you afraid of? We can wave or smile at someone and get nothing back, or start a conversation and discover they are not interested. That's the worst that could happen. But have you thought of it? They might not respond, maybe because they are even scared also of being rejected, or you're not coming off as friendly because it's your first time. But a little genuine smile could make it better next time. And don't be discouraged. You're stepping into freedom, out of your comfort zone. In business, it can be the fear of risk, the thought of putting your savings in line for a dream that isn't guaranteed, or trying out a new business model that could potentially become the next big thing. The fear of risk can paralyze even the boldest entrepreneur out there. And let's not forget the fear of judgment when chasing our personal goals. In this digital world, you can be judged by sharing your experiences, writing book, or doing anything that puts you out there. Then you freeze thinking, what if nobody likes it? What if it doesn't take off? But at least you tried. I count that as a win, because you just stepped out of your comfort zone. Let me tell you something. These fears are valid because you're a human being. But letting them control you, that's the real danger, Here's the thing about fear. It's not going anywhere soon. Every stage you get in life has its own fear, and you will be challenged at every stage. This is just life trying to test your resolve to see if you deserve what you're seeking. But you can change how you respond to fear. Right? Let's break it down. You can conquer your fears with faith and action. Like I said in the other video on mindset, you have to believe in you and take action to overcome your own fears. Firstly, you need to acknowledge your fears. Acknowledge that the fear you're feeling exists. Then write it down on paper. Get specific about how you describe the fear you're feeling. What exactly are you afraid of? Take it out of your head, then put it on paper. Sometimes the act of naming your fear takes away its power. Taking the emotion out of it and helps you focus on the possible solution that might be lying by the side. Now that you've written your fear down on paper, it might require some time or some steps to solve the problem causing you fear. then you need to do the next best thing. Break it down into steps or stages. Looking at the situation as a whole can be very overwhelming. Instead, break them down into manageable steps that you can do every day to draw you closer to that big goal. If you're afraid of starting a new career, for instance, what's the first small step to do? If you don't have the skills, acquire a skill, update your resume, network with someone in the field you're trying to enter, then start applying for openings. Focus on the little things that draws you closer to achieving the big goal every day. Prioritize them and take action on the first and the most important ones. When you get started though, there is something important. Don't compare yourself with anyone, because comparison kills motivation. It's going to cripple you and destabilize what you have already started. So what you need to do is learn from them and improve what you're doing. Don't copy or compare yourself with them, because every growth takes some time. You can't be comparing your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20. That's unfair on your motivation and what you're trying to do. So what you do is learn from people and believe and have faith in yourself that over time, if you continue doing what you're doing, you're going to get better at it and even do better than them. So focus on yourself and don't compare. The third thing to do is to shift your perspective. Fear disappears when you stop seeing failure as the end. It says that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What if failure is just a feedback showing you where you have come short? Every mistake is a lesson, and you can use that to grow stronger and smarter. If you're scared of speaking to someone you secretly love, and instead of thinking about them rejecting your proposal for a relationship, think about the beautiful life both of you can build together, and focus also on the likable personalities you have that they might fall in love with. Firstly, this will boost your confidence and help them see that you have something valuable to offer in the relationship, which will potentially make them date you or marry you if they choose to. Don't say I didn't want you. In business, think of the values you bring to a business relationship before you make a call or meet a potential client. Then number 4, you need to build a support system. We all need each other. You don't have to face your fear alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, friends, mentors, or even an online community. The encouragement can be the nudge you need and will push you forward. Identifying with people who are on the journey you are on or far ahead helps in dealing with the fears you're going through and helps you benefit from their insights. Sometimes they might not offer you a game-changing solution to your problem, but sharing it with them relieves you of the burden for a couple of minutes, and it can also give you a fresh perspective when you're sharing it. Personally, I can't remember how many times sharing a problem with someone have actually given me the solution I was seeking, and it makes things easier and better for me. So get friends who can support you or who you can rely on to deal with these fears. Sometimes you have very few people in your life who can actually do that for you, or who you can trust to share what you're going through, because nobody wants to be like a big crybaby. Everybody is putting up a face that, and I can do it. Don't get deceived by that. Nobody has figured it out yet. We're all trying. So if you have some people that you can truly trust to share some of these fears with, that will go a long way in helping you, especially people who are either in the road you're trying to travel or who are ahead of you on that same journey, because their insights will be very valuable and will be helpful and cut your journey even shorter. People like mentors, because they help push you where you can't push yourself. Then number 5, you have to take action, no matter how small. The antidote to fear is action. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Remember, courage isn't just the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of fear. Whatever you're trying to achieve, taking action is the most important ingredient. Knowledge without action is useless. That is why I'm emphasizing action here. You can attend so many high-ticket mentorship programs or masterminds, read the best-selling health books, or watch all the talks about financial freedom. But if you don't take action on those knowledge, nothing will change for you. Make sure you become an executioner of knowledge and not an accumulator. Oh, I've read this book. Oh, I attended such and so seminar to appear and sound wise before your friends. No, you're deceiving yourself. You're messing up. Take action. Even if it's one thing you're taking action on, it's progress. So, I will encourage you to take action today on something you've been meaning to do for a very long time, because that's what makes all the difference. All these long talks doesn't change anything for anybody until someone takes action on them. Lastly, visualize success. You have to see it before you get it. You have to visualize your success. Picture yourself landing that dream job, building a thriving business, or achieving that personal goal. The clearer your vision, the easier it becomes to push through the fear. Fear will always be there. It's one of our friends, our company in this world, but it doesn't have to control you. Use your fear. Let it be your motivator. Let it be the sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you're growing. So, what's one fear you're trying to combat today? Share with us in the comment section, and I would love to hear how you're going about on your journey and see how we could offer some insight for you to grow and conquer your fears. So, if you found this valuable, you will also be interested in the other video I did on mindset, and you can watch it here. So, until I see you next time, have a wonderful life and cheers.